Big Finish Audio, Lady Christina. It takes a thief. So, nobody is who they say they are.
Are they ever? Wait, no, yes. Sam is who he says he is.
Who?
I admit that Sam was in there.
Okay. Yeah.
He was who he said he was.
I suppose.
Yeah, fighting dinosaurs. Like, oh yeah, I know what you mean. My boss is good on my ass too. It's like, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering with our esteemed actual Interpol agent, I was like, I mean, this seems a little overcooked. Like, I understand the British upper class twit. I mean, you had a whole Monty Python sketch to it, but I was like, this is a little overcooked. But I was like, okay, maybe they're just it's audio, so they can't show mannerisms. So this is their way of, getting it across that this guy's.
Yeah, you mean with yeah. I mean, she called it too. He was so over the top.
Eventually, at the end, she called it. I mean, she knew it earlier, but she called it at the end. But yeah, I was like,
yeah,
I was thinking kind of the same thing. Like, okay, this is really going out there for a Doctor Who thing. Like this is more Monty Python-esque.
Nobody is that incompetent.
But yeah.
Well, no. You can't say that.
Yeah. There are people who are actually like that, but usually when you're writing people, you don't go that over the top unless you're doing comedy. And so I was like, okay, it's a bit overcooked, but I was like, okay, maybe they're just trying to get across that this guy is very stereotypical upper class twit.
Yeah,
and so they're like, okay, well, it's overcooked.
Like the meme says, this must be something that those I'm too rich to understand.
Yeah. He's 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 also a little too good at sneaking around. Why would he be good? He's rich. Why would he be good at sneaking around?
I do love the fact that it's like, that's not even my real name. Oh, what is your real name? The only difference is his middle name.
Yeah.
It's Ivo Hislop Cannon.
Well, that makes all the difference, doesn't it?
Yes,
that makes it so much better.
Yes, and no, my name's not James Bond. It's Bond James.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's Jamie Bond. It's not James Bond. It's Jamie Bond.
Or Jimmy Bond. No, it's Jimmy Bond.
Yeah,
Jimmy Bonds. That's not significantly different.
Jimmy Bond, just like in The Lone Gunman. You know, that very short-lived spin-off of X-Files?
I vaguely remember it, but I don't remember it very well.
I don't even know it.
Well,
I wouldn't be surprised if you don't know it.
So towards the end of the X-Files, the original part, not the series 10 that shouldn't have really existed, but I think it was season 6 or 7, Fox did a spin-off series using the Lone Gunmen, who were Mulder's little go-to nerds. They were the conspiracy geeks who knew all these little things, and they had a magazine called The Lone Gunmen that they sought out all those conspiracies, and it was one of those tinfoil hat type papers. And they were running out of money, so they actually ended up, during one of their investigations, meeting this dude named James Bond. It's like, dude, that can't be his real name. And when they first met him, they were he was doing blind football, as in American football for the blind. They had they had a beeping football so that the players could hear where it was, which comedically you could imagine how poorly that came out. But they were expecting some posh like secret agent, and it turned out he was just the fall guy because he was rich and decided to, wanted to help people. So he's like, blind people should be allowed to play sports too. And it turned out that the blind football thing was actually a cover for something else. And after they solved that, I don't remember what it was because it's been forever since I've seen it. But once they've solved that, Jimmy went to fund them, and he became their benefactor because the blind football was a bust in more ways than one. Yeah. His name was James Bond, and he was a complete bumbling buffoon, just like his Cannon, only he was actually stupid, unlike Ivo Hislop Cannon.
Cannon.
Yeah,
I will
and
admit, when I after I bought the set, I forgot that Sam that Warren Brown was in it, and I forgot that he was actually in it as Sam. Or no, I didn't know he was actually in it as Sam because I just Big Finish searched Warren Brown and Ingrid Oliver and all of the unit cast to see if they were in anything else, and I thought maybe he was just a background character or something else. And then when I heard him actually announce himself as Sam, I'm like, I was at work and I literally squeed in the office. I'm like, hey! And I was working, listening to the audio while I was doing some paperwork, and I'm like, hey! And the manager was in the office. He just like, what? I'm like, the audio, and I had it on speaker so she could hear. She's like, what? I'm like, it's Sam. She's like, what the hell are you talking about?
Now it's very important. What lesson did we learn? Anytime you taste somebody, make sure to always conk them on the head afterwards. Just to be safe.
or tie them up.
Tie them up.
That too.
That's a safer way of doing it, and you don't have to assault them any more than you had to.
Yeah, the assaulting part's the fun part, though.
Also, another lesson: never hug a thief.
Yes.
Yeah, he kind of walked into that open arms, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Well, at least she'll be nice enough to mail it to him.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
But I mean, you've seen her. She's basically Catwoman. Of course, he fell for her. Just like, especially since he's seen her in a cat suit.
Meow.
Yeah. Not with the cat ears, just the black cat suit. I think. Anyway, I didn't actually listen to it to refresh. I heard it like a few days ago though because it's in my unit cycle. I listen while I sleep. In the background, I have all of my unit audios play in sequential order.
Nice.
Just continuously.
Forever and ever.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad to finally know what happened to the bus in Harry Potter.
That wasn't the bus in Harry Potter.
You know
That was
what
the
I'm
bus
talking
that
about,
the
though, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember. I didn't see the movies, but I read the books.
Ah,
Besides, that's the wrong bus though. That was Kingston thing? Station, and this one is I think that I think it's the 22, which is kind of funny if it is, because um that's also Iris Wildtime's bus.
wait, wasn't there a bus in Doctor Who that...
Yes,
That's not the same
that's the
one, is it?
bus.
Oh,
It is
shit.
the same bus.
Yes, the one where
This,
the 10th goes to the desert.
yeah,
Oh, shit.
and that is Lady Christina.
Oh.
She is the one who went with him. Oh, it's the 200. Hers is the 200.
Ah.
Yeah. He
So, um, how did fake Interpol lady miss an entire bus on the roof?
because she wasn't looking for it, she was scanning for it, and
Ah.
because Christina is the penthouse, so she's at the very top. So it was right above her the whole time. And if it was right next to the lightning rod or whatever. So it was in the middle of the hotel on the roof. So you can't see it from outside, because those hotels are huge. You can't really see the roof, especially not in the middle of the roof. and she didn't look on the roof because she figured it was in Christina's suite. And well, we saw how that turned out. Well, heard how that turned out.
She needs a better scanner, at least, something that tells her the size of the thing.
Yeah, but I mean, she doesn't have it anymore anyways. Christina does.
Yeah, that's true. Ah, okay, I remember her now.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. If video games have shown us anything, like nobody looks up.
That's very
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
If you watched any sort of Let's Plays or something in the past, it's like whenever they get up to shenanigans, most of it is all right. Go up. Nobody looks up. They're all looking across. Nobody bothers looking up.
Which reminds me of a funny story. So, like, a couple miles away from me, there's like this laser tag place. And I usually always win because I go to like the top layer while everybody's on the ground, like just shooting each other. I keep on shooting from above. And they look around and they never look up. It's like, who's shooting us? Who's shooting us? I'm like, really?
Right?
Just look up. Ugh. And these are adults too.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Sad.
don't. Okay. Yeah. Iris is the 22 to to Putney's Common.
And no wonder my bus is always late. It's off flying somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, her bus does fly too. Hers is basically like a TARDIS. Iris's. Christina's is just a flying bus.
Wow.
Iris can travel through space and time.
It's the magic school bus.
Well, you know that Miss Frizzle is at some point a regeneration of the Doctor. Or River
Oh yeah,
Song.
no, Miss
No,
Crystal's definitely a
Miss
Time Lord.
Crystal is River Song.
Yeah. Most likely River Song, but it's well, you'd have to.
She
They'd have
has
to.
the hair and everything.
Yeah, it would have to
Yeah.
be one of the ones we didn't see. Like,
Well, I mean, she's had a long life that we didn't know about. Maybe
yeah.
at some point she decided to drive a school bus.
uh, but yeah, I mean, it was fun. It was a nice, actually fairly low tech alien thing. Like it was, like when you get to the Paternoster, it's a lot of "Ooh, there's a ghost" or something like that. This was like, no, no, this is a cat burglar, well, that does it for does it mostly for fun, and just like, okay.
Yeah.
So this much more grounded. I mean, the alien business is, you can almost, like, if you had some other reason why the Interpol agent wasn't an Interpol agent, was like, somebody who was just a good, was good at counterfeiting. It was like, this could have been a
Yeah, another spy, a spy or another thief.
yeah. It almost doesn't need the extraterrestrial element to it. Like, this could be an almost completely terrestrial adventure, but
Yeah.
it adds a little bit of Doctor Who flavor to have there actually be aliens involved.
Oh yeah.
They get their
And the character, and the characters are all Doctor Who.
yeah.
Well, I mean the main character.
Yeah, it's in the Doctor Who universe, so aliens are going to be
Yeah.
a thing, because otherwise it doesn't feel quite Doctor Who-y enough. But yeah, I mean,
Does it feel Doctor Louis? It doesn't feel Doctor Who-y. Does it feel Doctor Louis? Or maybe Dewey.
But yeah, it could almost just stand alone as a you could put this into a movie or a TV show as a single episode, and it would be, you wouldn't need any extraterrestrial element. But it's Doctor Who, so you're gonna have it.
Yeah.
It's that funny.
Yeah,
Hey,
and I mean, huh?
no, it's like that funny. Hey, you ran into the doctor once. Let's make an audio drama for you.
Well, I mean, if
Yeah,
you're thinking about it,
Well, I
big,
mean, she has a butt.
yeah. Well, and the thing with Big Finish is, I think what they basically, their model is, okay, so we got some people who are willing to do this at a reasonable price. Let's exploit this license to the best of our abilities. Okay, do we have an actor or actress that's been in one episode that is interesting enough that we could build a series around them? Okay, since they were only a cameo and they haven't really made it big, they're still really cheap to get. So let's take advantage of that. Take that niche character they played in an episode or two, turn it around and make it into a full series, so that we can take advantage of low cost of actor, plus we're technically expanding the universe.
Yeah. And and you get to explore characters and stories that
The main
people
series isn't
probably
going
were
to.
wondering about. Yeah. Like people kind of were wondering about anyways.
Yeah.
Like they did Jenny.
And then she just
The
disappears,
doctor's
and then you don't
daughter.
ever see her again in the show proper.
And they do have a series of her.
Mm-hmm.
There's only like one season of it, but so far, I do think they have another one in the works though.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I imagine
like
COVID
said,
has messed that up. Oh, that probably didn't help.
No, I mean they actually did discuss it in the most recent Big Finish stories. Like Lady Christina season 2 and some of the other stuff from this year and last year that they put out about how they were working from home and recording from home and stuff.
Yeah, that's some suboptimal things going on. Though I guess it makes sense if like say it works on some levels, like Sam in this episode, like if he was recording from home, if the quality's a little worse,
Yeah.
because he's on a phone. This is literally phone
Yeah.
quality audio.
Well, this was before COVID.
Yeah, I know.
This
I figured as much,
this was,
but
yeah.
if it had happened and this was going on, it would actually all the doing it over actually recording it over the phone would add an interesting edge to it.
Yeah, that is true. But I mean, I think they use something else, like probably Zoom or something like that, or record their files and send it.
Yeah, well, if it was me, I would, and I had like they had good enough audio setups at home. How I would do it is you're gonna have a director when they're recording their lines, and so you're gonna have a Zoom call, and then they're also going to be recording their lines inside the PC they're recording with,
Yeah.
or Mac or whatever it is, and then record, like have Audacity open and just recording, and then have the director direct them as they're reading their lines, and then when they get done, stop, save, and just send over the file, and then boom, you've directed and you've gotten your audio without having to, and it's been recorded locally, so you don't have any weird Zoom call problems.
Yeah, the lag.
Yeah, lag and quality issues. It's all
That's
recorded
probably
locally.
what they did. Yeah.
But overall, the episode was fun. It was.
It was.
It,
And in 5 more episodes, we'll have like an end of the world ending danger.
I think I'd like it better if her stories stayed small like this, because this is, I mean, it's stealing something very expensive, but on the scheme of things, this is pretty small.
True.
Leave the big stories to the Doctor and some of the ones that are actually out there fighting aliens.
They don't have much cohesion actually in the in these stories. So they're pretty much all one-offs,
Yeah.
There's a slight carryover, like Sam is in them, and he's in there a little bit more in the next one. The next one is Skin Deep, I think, and then the third one he's in there a little more, and the fourth one he's in there like for the entire thing.
His role grows over this series.
His role grows as his interactions become more involved in her stories. And in series 2, he's a main character through all of it.
Ooh, nice.
Yes, I so hard at that when I was listening to the entire thing of like and it's not really a spoiler because it has no correlation to anything, but the chemistry between them is so good. Like when they actually meet. So it'll be a while because 2 weeks because they don't actually meet in the next one.
No.
But he is in there dealing with
Things.
stuff.
Unit business.
Yeah, he's in there in a unit capacity, and then he actually gets to meet her in the third one, and that's where it becomes more fun.
Okay, well, something to look
I
forward
love,
to.
yeah. They give each other nicknames. It's so cute. It totally is kind of a Batman Catwoman type relationship.
Well, I think we've just about hit on everything I wanted to talk about. It was a good recommendation for it.
Yeah.
Let me see. I liked her maid or her assistant.
Oh, her lady in waiting or whatever you. Yeah,
Yeah.
she was adorable,
And I'm
I love
happy that
how she's. Uh, you're
I'm
happy she got her.
yeah, she got a new car.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess if there's nothing else, I'll go ahead and stop it there.
Goodbye, people. Subscribe, all that stuff. Yeah.